I don't have water this time. This time it's orange juice. Quarantine's really getting to me, guys. In case you couldn't tell, I am a woman. I don't fault you if you can't tell. A lot of people are confused about that. That's not even a joke. I have been called a guy so many times. But as a woman, I am always looking for female representation that doesn't fucking suck. The representation of women in media is insanely terrible sometimes, but that's not what this video is about. This video is a list of 10 powerful women that you should stan. Of course, there are a bunch of real women that you should stan because they're all icons, but we're talking about fictional women here. So here are my favorite powerful ladies. This video might be prompted a little bit by the fact that I just like women a lot. First on my list of women, any of the ladies from the Shadowhunters Chronicles, but more specifically, Isabelle Lightwood. Isabelle Lightwood is the definition of a strong, independent woman who don't need no man. She wants a man, but she don't need one. Of course, partially it's due to the fact that she grew up as a Shadowhunter. She grew up with brothers, so she was like tough, but also she's a very feminine character. Izzy is pretty, and she is never once faulted for being pretty. I feel like it's a thing that we see in media way too much, where women are like faulted for being pretty. When they just look that way, it's not their fault. You know, they're pretty, so they get everything handed to them, and we see that in media a lot. Fuck you! All women are pretty. Isabelle is a very traditional definition of pretty, though. And she's never once really faulted for that. She's never accused of using her attractiveness to work her way up. She did that because she is a powerful woman. She kicks ass in 6-inch heels, and I love that for her. She might be a kick-ass woman who could beat me up and I'd say thank you, but I also really appreciate her for the fact that she's just a nice girl. We also get that thing a lot where it's like the tough girls in fiction are always the more masculine girls, the meaner girls. Izzy's not that. She's a beautiful feminine woman who's really nice to her brother and her friends and who loves people a lot, and she can still kick your ass. Rita from the Penumbra podcast. Rita is a very different definition of a powerful woman than Isabelle is. But that doesn't stop her from also being a very powerful woman. Rita is very unapologetically herself. She's kind of annoying sometimes. She's very talkative. She's enthusiastic about everything, and she's always happy about everything. And we love that for her. I feel like it's such a common theme for women to get beaten down for their interests, for talking too much. They're too loud. They have all of these womanly interests that aren't interesting because they're not interests of men. Well, Rita said fuck you, and she likes her romance movies and her bad sci-fi movies, and nobody faults her for it. She's very unapologetically herself, and I love that about her character. She's such a sweetheart, and I love Rita so much. Hermione Granger from Harry Potter. I feel like that's a very easy one. Like, you think of powerful women, you think of Hermione. That girl knows what she wants, she knows how she's gonna get it, and nobody is standing in her way. She's constantly made fun of by the boys for being smart. I don't know why they're like that, but they are. And she's constantly teased by the boys for being smart, and she doesn't take any of it. She's powerful, she's loyal, she's such a great character in general. Hermione was the first character I saw in fiction that was female and super smart while still being a main character. You know, you get characters like Jo from Little Women, who we also love but isn't on this list, who's like smart. Yeah, that's her thing. She defies the traditional gender norms. But we get characters like Hermione who are that, but a level above it, because they don't defy traditional gender norms in the same way. She didn't become the powerful woman she is by being more masculine. She became the powerful woman she is by kicking ass the way she wanted to. Trina from Falsettos. This doesn't really seem like the type of character you'd find on this list, but let me explain. Trina held her family together. She was not taking shit from anybody. Marvin, Whizzer, Mendel, Jason, none of them. She was having none of it from any of them. Things started to go wrong. She's the one who held her family together. Trina also made a ton of decisions that were for herself. She did not put anybody above herself. And I love her for that. She was holding her family together. She was being strong so that Mendel didn't have to, and Marvin and Jason didn't have to. But also, Her own mental health was something she prioritized. She wasn't in a good relationship with Marvin. She left that shit. Mendel made her happy. She went for that shit. She was going for the things that she wanted, and I stand her for that. Rapunzel from Tangled. Now, you might not think that Rapunzel deserves to be on this list. Well, oh ho ho. Let me explain myself. Rapunzel is an icon. The true quarantine icon. She was faced with such a terrible situation for so many years of her life, and she still managed to remain a positive person. She was willing to do what she had to do to get what she wanted, and I love her for that. Esmeralda from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Any version. She's an icon in all versions. I am gay for Esmeralda, but that's not why she made it onto this list. That's not the only reason why she made it onto this list. Esmeralda was not taking shit from any man in the entire story. Frollo, Quasimodo, Phoebus. She wasn't taking it from them. She was an independent person. She did not need anybody to help her or tell her what to do. She says it herself, and God help the outcasts, that she wasn't asking for anything for herself. She could get by on her own. She knew that what she was capable of, and she wasn't letting anybody tell her otherwise. She could fight. She could defend herself. She could hold her own in a conversation in a room full of men who wanted nothing more than to hear her be silenced. She was a woman of color. She was a gypsy. Yet she still managed to kick ass. She uses her sexuality and her attractiveness to her advantage because she wants to. She doesn't do things for the men. She does them for her. And we love that. She deadass just tells Frollo that she doesn't dance for men. She dances because she enjoys it. And I love that for her. I just love women a lot. Women are very good. I love them. That's it. That's the entire video. It was just me ranting about women. If you liked it, like it. If you didn't like it, dislike it. It's something either way. Subscribe to see more videos of me talking about how much I love women and all of that shit.